All right, I'm back. Yay. Seems bright enough. You shall see. Oh, there we go. That's a little better. Okay, well, that's going to have to do. Okay, so there we go. Let's do this. We're going to go here. We're going to share and stuff and do all sorts of things. So again, thanks for, if you're coming back, joining me once again. I was down at the new space. Wi-Fi, again, we're in the basement. I've got an extender just to go off of that. I don't have any Wi-Fi like direct in there yet. Hopefully soon I'll be able to have the same exact setup as I do here. And that just might be, I don't know, taking my desktop and stuff downtown with the camera and trying to get a hard wired line put in. But for now, I'm only using it really for fulfillment and the online store. So this is going to have to do. All right. Thanks for joining me again. Jason Hoover's on. Hey, Chris Oliver, Hatchris, you guys are back. Yay. Yeah, so it's not too far from the place. You know, the home office is not. Hey, travel mug today. Challenges, man. All right. So we are done with signups for the September crate. Yesterday was the 4th. That was the cutoff, and we are now busy trying to get in all the stuff for the September crate. Lots of things being, lots of new stuff going on. So we've been pretty busy. Been trying to keep up on the social media as well as all your customer service emails or inquiries. We've got a few donations that we're doing for a few conventions and fundraisers that are happening, and just getting things lined up for September and October. And, of course, November's Black Dragon Friday, which is going to be a huge event. We're having a huge giveaway. I'm putting it together. If you guys remember the Kraken package that we did last year, this one, or maybe the year before, this one's going to be a huge giveaway that we're going to do on Black Dragon Friday. Of course, it's going to have a dragon theme, maybe Tiamat, maybe a bunch of all the dragons, more stuff, collaborations with some other people and companies that we're excited about. So that's all going to happen in November. October is coming up, and we're busy getting stuff ready for that. The adventure, and we'll probably post this here soon, but the theme of it is going to be cult classics. And so it's October, and well, we had a fun idea to do, which would be adventures, almost like epic encounters. A little bit longer. The encounters will be more small adventures, but all based off of classic horror films. So stay tuned for that. It's going to be fun. Yay. All right. Andrew, you're getting your first crate. Sweet. Yes, let us know when you get it, what you think, all that stuff. Craig, hey, how's it going? Sweet. Good to see you. All right. So, yeah, like I said, we're back here at the home office. A little bit different. I was able to move out a few things. We got a sweet, we even have a plant. Oh, look at that, a plant. And we've got our sweet couch and futon. Ooh, and the map of Halcyon. Lori got new drapes. Look at that. And more decorative stuff. So the office is a little cleaner now, which I get. Whoa, how you guys like that? I'm just like thrashing your head around. So that's been nice. And so this is a great place to be able to do the podcast and all that stuff, which I'm hoping to get back on the train on that again. There's so many things that I got to keep up with and trying to prioritize. So moving into the new space was a big one. And then also the whole getting our crate out. We did the fulfillment here at the home office the first time. That went pretty smooth, like I said. And then, just getting things ready to do fulfillment there. So we got some locals around here. Probably putting out a call for volunteers if you want to come help pack the crate, walk away with some cool treasures for your efforts. It's always fun, and we had a really great time. And there's just something about fulfillment that I truly enjoy. I like being able to put the items into people's boxes and just kind of, add a little personal touch to the whole thing. So that said, the fulfillment will happen here in the next week or so, just depending on when we get all of our things in. And then I'll probably put out a call for we have a normal staff that does help us, some crew that comes over and we do this. We got a lot of things we're bagging up ourselves this time too, so a lot of things that we're trying to do to just up our presentation, make things a little bit more organized when you open the box. So we've got a few things that we're new items that we're putting together. So we already do our adventures, and we do, of course, the inserts and the dungeon tiles, the tiles on the back of the insert. Now we're coming up with more things. But we've got as you might know, I've said this before, but a new box coming out for September. I can preview that a little bit, but not a lot. But it's pretty snappy, so I do kind of want to give you a little sneak preview. Most of our subscribers won't see this, but you guys will. Ooh, pretty cool. And to let you guys know, because you're gonna probably wonder this once you get the box, but we had a suggestion quite a while ago on one of the lives, as far as, you know, when we were coming up with ideas for our new box. I was like, what we can do? And a lot of people use these boxes for storage because they're great. They're sturdy. These new boxes actually have tabs on the side, unlike the other ones, so nothing is going to fall up. But a lot of people use these for storage. So what we thought we would do is add a space on the back, which we talked about here on live. So this shows that, you know, we do take everybody's stuff into consideration, but you can write what you have in the box on the box and have it up there. And if you do it from the side, you've got one on the side too, so that you can put it up on your shelf and you will be able to then see what is in the box. Now, that's not the only thing with the box. Again, we're trying to make everything we put out usable, so you don't really throw much away. So inside, we're trying to use, there's our stuff there. Oh, and then we have this and there. So we have our social on the inside as well. And these strange things. What are those going to be? Well, we're coming up with a kind of a new program as well that that you're going to want to be a part of. So now I had this idea about crate coins. So on these new boxes, you're going to want to look at them and read the box, because on the box it will give you instructions on what to do once you get this. The crate coins, you get 2 on every box. I would collect them, cut them out, and collect them. And what that's going to be is kind of like box tops. So we're coming up with a program that will be crate coins, and you can get 2 in your box, or if you order an Adventure Vault or something off of our online store, you're going to get a card that has a crate coin on it. You're going to throw that in there as well, so you can collect these and then redeem them for fabulous prizes. So then you can use your coins to purchase different items from the online store, but you have to mail them in. So this will be something that I'll tell you a little bit more about, but it's coming up soon because we've got them on here, so you can start collecting those. But yeah, it's kind of like you collect the coins, you mail them in, and then you get something back, which I think is pretty fun. So yeah, new box design. It'll look a little bit slightly different than this, probably. We'll see. But this is our one. Let's see, one. We have 1, 2, 3. This is our 4th version. 4th version of the box. The first version I did in Microsoft Word and put it up on a template, so it was a little bit different. So yes, but the new boxes I'm very excited about. So hopefully you dig them as much as we do. So there you go. All right. Yay. All right. I am touching your stuff. Yeah, the shredded, the crinkle paper works great if it is, if there's breakable stuff in there, I gotta tell you. And I do, so we've gone to just a single sheet of newsprint, which we kind of crumple up and put in there just to keep things from rattling around. Now you can use that newsprint as well. You can open it up. It's a pretty big sheet. You can open that up and use that as, I don't know, if you're going to do some painting or crafting, something with that. I don't know. You can also use it to fill your trash can or recycle bin. Recycle bin better, so do that instead. Anyways, let's see here. I know that stuff. You know, the shredded paper works pretty, or the newsprint works pretty good too for fires. So if you're still wanting to light fires with the Dungeon Crate stuff, you can feel free to do that. Let's deal with those. All right. All right, so there we go. Right, so, okay, Sarah had a good question. How will cutting the crate coins affect using the box as storage? It will not. Mainly because the last box that we had, so some people actually take it and we'll cut the lid off and use it. And that's what I do for items in the Dungeon Crate store. But also, if you'll notice, different than our other boxes, these are just tabs. So you can cut both of the tabs off if you're not shipping them and close the box normally without the tabs. It holds real sturdy, keeps everything in there. But we made it to where you can cut the coins without having to destroy the box. So that's also there. Ooh, yeah, well, you're going to have to come up, Doug, 80s themed 8x10 of the crew. Sweet, but what should we do? So we'll take suggestions on that. Should we replicate like Breakfast Club, something like that? Maybe you should Nightmare on Elm Street. Right. Ooh. All right, so a little bit on the September or the October crate. Again, I told you that we were working on some of these themes for 80s horror films. So this will be pretty fun. We've got lots of stuff and some new items that we're putting in there in October as well. September is, you're going to really dig this. Again, a new adventure, Hell and High Water from Floyd. And it comes with the Floyd warning. So if you haven't yet, check out the trailer that's on our website, or that's on the Facebook site too as well. And you can get the trailer. Also, these trailers that we put out, I really like because some of them you're going to be able to see some sketches that Matt's working on for the adventure. So you can kind of see, it's almost like a little behind the scenes too. You can see how the images develop from, an initial sketch to the finalized version that you're going to get. Which is pretty cool too. Another program that we're implementing, spoiler alert, again, this time is our artist cards. So artist prints. So we are lining up artists from different types of artists, fantasy artists basically. And we are putting in a series of prints for you. They'll be suitable for framing. And stop this. And then they'll also have a card in there with the artist's bio and things like that, so you can see more and purchase more. But we're getting these prints done specifically, exclusively for Dungeon Crate, because we're also artists and fans of that. And we're going to be able to give you guys some really cool prints from some really amazing artists, fantasy artists. So yeah, that would be cool. So hopefully those will be all in. Again, we're launching it in September, so we're hoping to get a new artist in every month. We'll see, every other month, depending on what kind of items that we put in there, if we've got room. So we want to make sure that we've got a nice variety going on. I don't want you guys to get the same exact thing, template kind of thing every single time. But for the most part, we're trying to keep in some of the items that you guys expect in the crate every month, whether that's dice and, of course, adventures and tiles and terrain and that kind of thing. So yes, mazes and monsters. Oh, yes. Should throw up a picture of that. That would be fun. Should have a mazes and monsters watching party at the new place. So let's do this. We've got a winner. For this time. I don't think I actually had a prize up from last time, but so I got one. So today's winner is going to win. What? Yes. One of Kevin Coffee Crit for Brains adventure character journals. If you haven't seen these yet, for those that got this latest one, you got this in your crate. If you want more, they are now available on the online store. These are fantastic. I grabbed a few just because I wanted to have one for each character. I'm busy right now filling out one. We're trying to get Lori to jump into D&D as well and play. So we're going to teach Lori how to play D&D, and we're going to use these for our campaign. And then also that comes with today's prize. And again, everybody can use more than one of these. You should have more than one of these. And a gem bag, which means a full set of dice, but they're random colors. Just because that's super fun. In fact, I have 5 pounds of dice coming from Chessex that I'm going to do some gems. And then, of course, if you get the adventure vaults, I throw some into the adventure vaults too. But I like going through and just picking out a really cool. And I do love my match sets of dice, but the unmatched sets of dice are pretty fun too. So let's do that. So let's announce our winner. You guys want to do that? You know what I need? I need a drum roll, please. All right. Oh, see? So you guys have to be careful. All right, so here we go. We're going to release the name. Here we go. Watch this. Boom. Christopher Oliver. Congratulations for commenting at just the right time. And I rolled this down at the dungeon, so yes. There you go. Very good. Very good. Very good. Christopher Oliver, this will be going out today when I go back to the dungeon. Yeah, I'm going to have to work out that streaming issue. I know that the Wi-Fi is not great there. I'm really trying to work that out so that we can have these games there and be able to broadcast the games. We'll be doing some from here. So we're rescheduling some of our Roll20s. Floyd's on that. We're going to be doing some Roll20s in which we're going to invite some guests to come on. The other thing that I'm doing is I want to continue with this, the Trivial Initiative. So for those of you that are commenting on here, I might reach out to those that are here. If you want to be on Trivial Initiative, you can send me an email at wayne@dungeongreat.com. I'll pick somebody and we will just go ahead and schedule these calls so that we can do the Trivial Initiative again. Also, I'm getting in touch with some other people. I think it'd be also fun to get some like vendors on there, maybe some other people that I don't know. I have some ideas. But yes, we're going to do it that way instead of having a random kind of call in. I think that would be a little bit easier. We can call and make sure that you have the time, that you're in an area that you can be on the phone. And that way we're not just kind of waiting for somebody to call. Because I think, I want to make sure that when I do this, I'm at least offering some education and entertainment. So again, yes, Chris, you won. Meow, meow, meow. Excellent. Got that? Got that. All right. So, so one thing I did want to talk a little bit about, and that is getting people into like playing role-playing games. And if you guys wanted to know, at least get some opinions on how to teach people to play, Doug DeMarco actually put up a video, and he gives his ideas on the best way to go about introducing people to D&D, some of the problems that you're going to run across when you start to teach somebody how to play, especially if you just jump right into it, and then some ideas on how to get even a completely brand new player into it, and kind of the step-by-step method that won't overwhelm somebody, because again, once you look at a character sheet, or you look at a book and it's like so there's a lot to ingest. But what most people don't know is that when you start playing D&D, you just get into it. Everybody actually can play without necessarily knowing all the rules, of course. And it's all about role-playing. It's all about how you act with the other players, how you interact with them, with the characters, and just getting that down. And as you come across things, then you can check them off and be shown what a skill check is, or a saving throw, or what do your stats mean. So I think on one of the D&D 5e's that I'm going to put on, I know that Joseph is now in Arizona, and he went through a gold mine, I think. And so I'm going to put up an audio clip. It's either going to be audio or video. I got to find that. That's going to, for D&D 5e, that will show him in that. So we'll have that up as an episode. And then I'll post up another episode with links to that as well, as far as the video goes on that. But as far as teaching people how to play, we're going to be doing that with hopefully with Lori, and we can take some video of that and kind of go through, because she's also never played but has been around it for years, and of course is familiar with it, but has never actually had a character and played it. So we're going to try and we're going to roll up those characters, and I'm going to try and I think this, the character booklet is kind of a fun way to go about it. So if you're teaching somebody, I mean, you can show them the full sheet. The other item you can use, of course, is the 5th edition character sheet app, which is very easy to create new characters. You can create one in there and then transfer it down onto your page. But this is a little easier to understand and digest, say, than your straight up. Even though it's all the same exact stuff, it's organized well enough to where it kind of makes it, it segments it off and allows, I think, new players an easy way to learn how to play. So, boom, boom. Oh wow! So Jackson, yeah, we should do the mega dungeon. Yeah, now I do have to say that when I was younger and I was just getting into D&D, I found it fascinating. I did find it overwhelming at first, not knowing exactly what role-playing is or what to do, but I loved, and I still do, I like going through the advanced Dungeons & Dragons books, the core books, and you open them up and they have the old paper, and it smells good. It smells like old fantasy. But I remember going through that, looking at the charts and looking at everything, just being fascinated by it. Like it's some sort of secret tome that takes study, like spells, to learn and to really get right. And it was really gratifying when I knew the rules and was able to call those out and whatnot. So yeah, I think it would be great to do, and maybe we can do this down at the dungeon, and we can roll up characters and have that as the first one. I want to try and go through, and there's lots of different resources out there. There's all sorts of people telling you how to learn how to play. I mean, everybody's got their own ideas on the best way to learn how to play D&D. So why not? I'll just throw it in there anyways. I've taught so many people how to play. And I think we'll have a dungeon club, and we'll just go through it. And it would be fun to take it in sections, because I think that's really important as well. When you're learning how to play, if you want to go through or you're teaching somebody how to play, even taking it in like for an instructional video, it's real easy, because then we can just take it in sections. So the stats, what do the stats mean? And I think it's important, even with kids, to try and use an abbreviated version. And that's what I'm also putting together. But so I like to use all of the stats, because I think when you start looking at it as in, Nick, what are you? Like, have you ever developed a character of yourself? Have you like really tried to come up with everything from your stats, your skills, to say your equipment? I think it would be interesting to see if we can put together, your own person, and then, or at least, encumbrance and things like that. How much armor do you have on? Feel like, well, I have actual armor. We could put that on and see exactly how much all that weighs and what that feels like to walk around in, or hang out at a tavern in, or, hey, I'm just going to sleep without taking my armor off. But anyways, the stats are a good place to start, because I think it's important for, especially for young players too, to know exactly what, I mean, you may think that charisma is a dump stat or wisdom or whatever, but it's important for them to know why they're on there and what they are. And again, I think when you're teaching somebody a system like 5th edition or Dungeons & Dragons in general, or Pathfinder, or whatever you play, to try and do an abbreviated version, but not too abbreviated, because you want them to be able to transition into that. So that's kind of what I'm working on as well. Thacker, I know that was but you know what, that was good, and it does teach you math. And anytime that you can get a chance when you're playing this, especially if you're teaching younger players, and be able to use the math, have them do the math for that, have them do the math for everything, and figure out why. But I think if you start with, say, the stats, and then you work into, and even the skills, you can skip, a little bit. But telling them exactly what armor class is, and what that means when you're rolling against armor class. And what if you miss? Do you miss? Or does it get parried? Or does it glance off a shield? Or maybe the armor blocked it. Or maybe they have a magical ability. So a lot of it is how the DM reacts to what's happening, as far as, especially with the new players. A lot of things a dungeon master will take for granted with new players, or with older players, that you can't with new players. So exactly what are I mean, if you think of the concept of hit points in armor class, and you're rolling against a static number, so this person, you have to roll over an 18 to actually do any damage. So when you miss, there you don't get over 18. Does that mean that you swoosh, you just missed, or no? No. Now, actually knowing what I do longsword fencing, so I know that there's so many times that I do not hit and get hit. So, but that doesn't mean I miss. There's so many different ways to parry a weapon in things, and I think it's important to let people know that it's not that you missed, but these are the different things, and you can kind of put that in your head and imagine that and describe that to the players when they do miss. What happens? That always kind of gives a nice feeling of almost there. I just it gives a little bit more luck to the rolls maybe, but and the same with hit points. So you can go over the major things first and then get into it. So that's what we're hoping to do with a series on D&D 5e about teaching people how to play, is just kind of take it in chunks and kind of talk about that. Talk about what it really is, what exactly is charisma, and trying to put that into a digestible way. Now, it doesn't have to go that in depth when you are going through this whole thing, but it'll be fun. I think we've got Lori slated. We got some miniatures from Hero Forge, and we got Lori slated as Zora. Remember Zora, the barbarian princess? Dun dun dun. And what else? I'm playing a halfling bard, I believe. Yes, halfling bard. So yeah, we'll invite some other people to come all along for the adventure. Roll up some characters and start with some noobs. First level. Woohoo! When was the last time you played first level? Floyd's dump stat is dexterity. Oh, that's too bad. All right. But yes, so that's hopefully going to happen. And so we have prizes. Now, we have prizes for next week as well. I don't have them here. It's all down at the dungeon. I was planning on having that at the dungeon and then being able to have those prizes, but it's at the dungeon. So you'll find out what next week's prizes are going to be on that. But this week, yay. Oh, wow. You started at first level in Strahd. Oh, wow. Yes. Oh, yes. I know a guy, Floyd. Yes, Floyd and I will have to get together again. I'm working at my Kings of War army. Of course, with some of the minis that I have here. So cool. All right, guys. I think that's going to do it for the second half of the Dungeon Crate Live. I got to go back to the dungeon and get my shipping done and all that good stuff. But again, we are gearing up for September. It's all looking great. Can't wait for this to come out again. And I really can't wait to start using our new fulfillment center and getting that rolling and getting all these boxes packed. Can't wait for our new boxes to get here. And yeah. It's all everything's happening. It's really exciting. So, what else? If you guys have any questions, anything else, ideas, suggestions, please go ahead, message me on Facebook or send me an email at wayne@dungeoncrate.com. Oh, and I did have next week. Yeah, I'll have to do. Nick, I remember, sent me a letters from behind the screen. I'll have to get that back going too when we do Trivia Initiative. So next week I'm hoping to have Trivial Initiative. I will contact somebody. We'll get that rolling. And we'll get that. I'll probably end up doing the live from here. So I'll have a game show for you on that. And by that time, I should have some schedules down for our Roll20 games, which will be going back now that people are back from vacation and whatnot. That we've got, we can roll that down pretty quick here soon. And you guys can join in on Twitch or Facebook. But we'll be doing both of it. Vincenzo, good to see you. Hello, hello. Spencer King. Oh, yeah, he's the one that started that through there. All right. So that said, I'm going to get some more coffee. And, well, sorry about the break. Part 1, Part 2. I know the Wi-Fi is not great down there, but hopefully it will be. And because then we'll also be able to do a little bit of live when we do our fulfillment for September. And Dungeon Clubs, we'll just post some more pictures and whatnot. So, yeah. So, you guys, thanks for joining me again. Sorry there was not more. Sorry, again. We'll have more next week. I guarantee it. So, and there we go. Yes, you did. Nick, I have one. It's still in my inbox. All right, guys. I will see you later. Next week, definitely. And until then, I'll see you later. Bye. Sound effects. Wow.